To the
Or-
clerk of council, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Were you subject to any form of interview or anything?
No.
Okay, you just submit your CV and then you were just appointed.
Yes.
Do you have your appointment letter?
Yes, I do.
Okay, provide us with your appointment letter.
Yeah, it's here.
Do you have the original of this offer of appointment?
No, because yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay. And that's an offer of appointment. Did you respond by accepting the offer?
Yes, I did, yeah.
If you have the response, maybe please have it as well.
That's the appointment and that's the response. Hmm? Yeah, it's the same. I mean, he asked for the original. That's the original.
Madam Chair, we apply to tender an offer of appointment letter dated the 27th day of June 2018 addressed to the witness, Mr. Majidi Ture, signed by the Lord Mayor Talib Ahmed Bensouda, copied the Chief Executive Officer, Acting Director of Finance, Director of Internal Audit and IT, acceptance of appointment letter with no date, addressed to the Lord Mayor of Cardiff Municipal Council, signed by the witness, Mr. Majidi Ture, both letters into evidence as an exhibit.
A letter dated the 27th of June 2018 with reference KMC/ADM/074 addressed to Mr. Majidi Ture, United Kunda, Cardiff Municipality, with the subject offer of appointment. The letter is signed by Talib Ahmed Bensouda, Lord Mayor. It is copied to the Chief Executive Officer and also the Acting Director of Finance, Director of Internal Audit and IT Manager. The letter is admitted in evidence as an exhibit and it is marked as LGC/MT in brackets 1/KMC/002. And attached to this is the acceptance of appointment addressed to the Lord Mayor, Kanifing Municipal Council, and it is signed by Mr. Majidi Ture.
Ask the Commission, please. Now, Mr. Ture, during your tenure, you serve as, okay, let's go back to your role as the nominated councillor representing the business community. Were you attending council meetings?
Yeah, general council meetings, yeah.
Yes. So how were you bringing the these business groups, how were you putting them together, and how were you bringing their ideas before the council?
Yeah, well, I mean, basically, as the representative of the business community, it's just we're there to see what we can do to make sure the vendors in our markets, I mean, they're in a very conducive environment. That also that they pay their rates on time or rentals on time, and make their stay or make their life in the markets comfortable or bearable.
And you were doing this?
Yes.
So how were you reporting back to council?
Yeah, when there are times that we would have committee meetings, and then we will brought back, or we will give information to council anytime that we have committee meetings.
And at the same time, you were the chairman of the markets committee?
Yes, until my removal, in 2019.
Okay, so there were, according to both internal audits and national audits and the witnesses that gave their testimonies here, there were so many issues with the market, and you being the market chairman and at the same time representing the business group, how were you resolving these problems?
Some of the problems that I don't know exactly what kind of problems, but
first, okay,
I didn't
tell us the problems.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't know exactly what problems you said, but I didn't serve that long. I just served, I think, less than a year or so.
That's in 2018?
Yeah, I was market chairman in 2018, and 2019 I was removed from.
So the little time you've served as the market chair and nominated councillor for the business groups, what were the challenges that you were facing at the market and with the vendors as well?
The challenges basically were spaces, and also some of these vendors paying their rents on time, because council always have challenges with regards to funding, so we have to try and balance how we gonna make them pay their rents on time, or the money that are due to council, and also how their stay in the market could we make conducive.
Okay, how were you relaying these concerns to council? Were you writing to council?
Not really. It's most of the time verbal general council. If there is, if there is a particular problem that need addressing, then yeah.
And how were you solving their concerns as well?
Not much, because I didn't, as I said earlier, I didn't serve long. But so by the time, I had a very short tenure, and that's it. Okay,
as short as it was, there were issues that were there, and there were challenges, and you said at general council meetings you were raising these concerns by the vendors' concern and issues that you were facing at the market as well.
Yeah, it's mainly when vendors have problems or issues that they are facing in the market and they direct it to me, then I would I'd see how I address those problems personally as their representative. If I cannot, then I will talked to the Lord Mayor or, brought the issues at General Council.
Okay, so about that's for the vendor. So how about the revenue collections, where these problems channeled to you as a chairman of the markets committee as well?
No.
So during your tenure, within a year, none of the collection problems has been channeled to you?
No.
Okay. So, and all the concerns that you've been facing with the committee as well, you've not been writing to the council? You were briefing, you were doing the briefing at general council meetings?
Yes, mainly.
So was this markets committee during your tenure, were you having regular meetings?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, you can note it down. You provide us with the minutes of the meeting of the markets committee during your tenure, because it seemed to be a very effective committee.
Thank you.
Mr. Ture, you're still from 2018. When exactly in 2018 were you removed as the chairman of the markets committee?
It was in 2019.
2019.
Yeah.
Can you remember the month? Then from 2019 to 2023, you were still serving as the nominated councillor for the business groups.
Yes, it was September 2019. I think.
Okay.
September.
So now let's deal with the part that you're the nominated councillor for the business groups. Let's now deal with the business group. Since you've served only a short time as a chairman of the markets committee, now we can shift to the one you have your entire tenure on. That's the business committee. So how were you serving this business committee? What are sort of some of the developments that you've brought to the business committee?
Not much, probably none.
Okay, take us through how you were serving them as their councillor.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't serve them much because when I was removed from my chairmanship as the market committee chairman, I was practically disabled. I couldn't do much because there were some issues. So okay. I couldn't do much, and I wasn't doing anything.
Okay, so were you having any sort of fundings for any kind of projects, and did you have any plans for them as well?
There was no funding for any kind of project.
No funding at all?
No.
And no projects?
No.
So technically the business group were not functional?
They were not served as they supposed to, as it was, as I was supposed to be. They were not served.
Okay, so during your tenure, what exactly were you doing?
I attend General Council, and I was a committee member on the Environment Committee, and that's where my contributions mainly were. Or as a representative of the business community, I didn't do much because there were some issues with my removal from the market chairman, and then that continued from, that spilled over to my work as a nominated councillor. Yeah.
Okay, so you've been mentioning you haven't done much. So can you tell us one or two, or the littlest you've done?
What I tried to do was, there was a time that I approached GCCI Gambia Chamber of Commerce, and we were trying to work to, to set up a market, like a fruits market by Battle Hardin Highway, where the flower sellers are, or where the fruits market is. Yeah, I was working with GCCI to try and see how best we could upgrade the market. We started work, I think we started work on it, and there was an MOU between Carnifing Municipality and GCCI, and then that's where it stops, because when I was removed from the market committee, that's where it stops.
Okay, now we can move to what hindered your work at council. What hindered your work at council as to this removal that stopped every work that you were doing until 2023? So what was the reason of you being removed as the market chairman?
Mainly political, because I think around 2019 there was a political debate between the president and the opposition, or UDP. So that's where basically everything stems up. I was a UDP member until then. I switched over to Barrow Fans Club and then National People's Party (NPP), and that was the base of it basically.
You were, how was that possible? You were a nominated member.
Yeah, I was a UDP member then.
Okay, so what standing or what space exactly should politics have to do with your work?
It's everything. We were politicians.
To a point, it hindered your work of serving the business group, or as a councillor, or as a nominated councillor?
Yes, that's what happens.
So you were removed as what?
I was removed as the committee. I was removed as a member totally from the markets committee.
So how was this removal done?
By general council, they, like a vote of no confidence.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it was resoluted.
Yes.
Now, what did you do?
I don't understand the question.
Okay. You said your removal was influenced by...
Let me comment here. Mr. Ture,
Yes.
you've told us that you were a nominated councillor and there was no process in your nomination as councillor. And when you switched allegiance in 2019, you were removed as chair of the market committee.
Yes.
Now, who replaced you as a councillor representing the business community?
Now, I was still the councillor representing the business community.
Okay, you're still the councillor representing the business community.
Yes, yeah. It's just the chairmanship there.
Yes. And you said you are co-opted. Are you co-opted at the Environment and Sanitation Committee?
I was a member of the Environment and Sanitation Committee.
So that is where you are now functioning?
Yes.
And you are functioning effectively?
Yes, I believe I was.
Yes. But how do you, what were your, what was your line of activity before you were nominated as a councillor representing the business community?
I am still a businessman. I do business. I run the shop, hardware store. So before I became a councillor, I was a businessman as well. And still now, that's what I do for a living.
And still you have your business in Serekunda?
Yes.
And how well do you interact with the business community in Serekunda?
Pardon?
How well do you interact with the business community in Serekunda?
Not much. As I said, the main focus of the representing business community is basically our vendors in the markets. So that's where our main focus. We do have like interventions, that is, if businesses do come to council requiring certain assistance, or they need something from council. That's apart from that. Our main focus was with our markets, or the market vendors.
Yes, but you do agree that the business community is just not limited to the market vendors, to the markets. It cuts across all the areas of business, which are just not limited to the markets.
Yes, I know. That's why I said.
Yes.
I mean, the main intervention area was our markets.
Yes.
I mean, as
Yes,
and
yes, I am just now trying to get from you, or putting it this way, that your representation is not 90% or 80% limited to the markets. It is more general, that is dealing with all the business activities within the municipality. Is that not correct?
Yes, that's right. That's
Yes.
how it should
So
be.
why was the focus on just the business, just the markets? When you had to deal with, you are representing the entire business community within the municipality, just not the markets alone.
Yeah, I think a big part of that would be about resources as well, because as you know, resources
Sorry?
are. I said a big part of that would be about resources.
Yes.
Because I mean, to be representing the whole of KMC or businesses in KMC,
Yes.
you would need a a Herculean task, and there was no. I think there was
Yes,
no.
I believe the reason why somebody is nominated from that community is to really have an impact and to do a back and forth between the council and the community, so that their interests will be adequately represented at the council level, their problems, their challenges, and for the whole of the issues that they think is important, that that could be looked into by the council. So if you are telling us that when you were nominated, you did not have access to be able to do your job, as at the time you were nominated, did you make any representation to give you resources to be able to do that?
Yeah, that's what I said earlier, is like our main focus was the markets, but as and when the need arises, for example, if some other businesses outside the markets comes to council and want assistance or need intervention area, then I would be called upon. But if they do not do that, then yeah, what we focus is the vendors in the markets.
Council, you may proceed.
Thank you. So, Mr. Ture,
Yes.
for the period 2018 to 2019, up to the time you were removed, were you doing your functions as the market chairman?
Yes, I was.
And it was effective?
Yeah, I would like to think so.
No, I will want you to be sure of it.
I think I was an effective chairman.
So, are there any documents that you've been submitting to council to show that you've been doing your work?
Yes, I think the
Reports?
the committee meetings, and yeah, I don't think there was any particular event or commitment that I did that would require a report or so, because mainly it was committee meetings, and yeah, if there is I think that we would say what we were trying to do during that time.
Okay, but for the little time you've stated challenges. You've stated challenges here you were facing at the market. So at the time you think there was no need to write a report to show that you were doing something. Not only the report, because you can sit here and say you verbally stated at General Council meetings, but do we have evidence of it? No.
No.
Thank you. So the question, the reason why I asked whether you were doing your work, in your statement, second paragraph, you see, you stated that second paragraph, sorry, I beg your pardon, it's still the first paragraph, where you stated, I could remember to have joined KM Borough Fans Club that paid a courtesy call to the President, to President Barrow at the State House, where various speakers spoke at length outlining their frustration with the general condition of the markets. And at the time, you were the Markets Committee chairman. Now, were you part of the people that visit the President's office? State House?
I was part of the people. That was a large delegation, but I wasn't part of the speakers.
Okay.
I was just an ordinary member of the fan club that went to pay a courtesy call to the President.
Okay. I'm disregarding the fans club. My whole point is, you were the markets chairman. You just stated that you've been doing your work. You believe to have been executing it rightly. But you're still part of the people that were venting their frustrations of the market condition that you cannot do something about as the market chairman.
No, I wasn't part of the people that were venting. We didn't, I mean, the people of KMC, they didn't pay a courtesy call to vent their anger on what was happening in the markets.
Not anger, but frustration.
Yeah, they didn't do, I mean, when they went to pay a courtesy call to the President, it wasn't about the markets or anything. It was just about KMC.
That's what you have in your statement.
No, the statement was, why were you removed?
Yes.
I mean, I
and
think
it continues
one of the reasons, or one of my suspicions was, I mean, those were some of my suspicions why I was removed.
Okay. You're removed.
Sorry, let me just intervene here. Mr. Ture, Council's question to you is that do you have evidence of showing what you have done as chair during 2018 prior to your removal as chair of the market committee? Do you have any evidence to that effect? Through minutes of meetings and through, those minutes showing whether there has been issues or problems or whether you are tackling any issues. Is there any evidence to that effect?
Yeah, that's what I said. I said the minutes probably would show light on some of these things.
So do you have the minutes?
Right now, no, I don't.
Please note it down.
Yeah, I did.
All right. Now, in the same paragraph that Council is trying to ask questions with respect to your role as chair of the market committee, you have said that upon return from the market, there was a general council meeting where your colleagues blame you for not responding or countering this allegation from speakers at the meeting. What is your response to that statement?
Yeah, I mean, because that was a meeting that I was in. I mean, I was just an ordinary member of the fans club. I just went there as an ordinary member. I wasn't part of the speakers. I was head of the.
You are not part of the speakers, but you hold a very important position, that is the chair of the market committee, and you have said in the same statement that the speakers were outlining their frustration with the general conditions of the market, of which you are a chair. Don't you think it should have been in your position to highlight if you had any challenge, you understand, to clear some of these issues that have been raised You as the chair of the market.
Yeah, that's what I said, because I wasn't part of the speakers, so and there was no way that I could just walk to the stage and say that I want to clarify these things. I
But
couldn't
if
I
it is,
couldn't I couldn't do that.
yes, but in terms of protocol, I believe that if you had requested to highlight certain issues, you would have been given opportunity. Don't you think so?
Yeah,
If you
maybe
had
we
made
do have.
if
Yeah,
you had made an attempt as chair, somebody who is responsible for that market, I
maybe
think
we.
if you had made an indication to the person emceeing the occasion to say that you have something to say, you would not have been given the opportunity to say what you needed to have said with respect to what they are saying.
Uh, maybe, but I mean, then
No,
that's
it's not maybe, Mr. Ture.
no. It's I mean,
Because
maybe with hindsight, you could say that. But that meeting, I do not have any control or whatsoever.
I
Most of the
understand,
people that were in that meeting didn't know me that I am a
but you
I am
knew,
chairman of the
yes,
markets
but you
committee.
knew, Mr. Ture, you are the chairman. Whether the people know you or not, yes, that could be another issue. But then the issue is that you, as the chair, I believe that you could have made attempts, even though you don't have control over the MC of the occasion, to have had something to say with respect to this, because you were the person that is responsible at the time for these markets, and they were venting their frustration.
That's what I'm saying. That meeting was purely political. It was just to
Yeah,
to score political points. That was the purpose of that meeting. It has I believe I couldn't have done anything in that way.
so that is your evidence that you couldn't have said anything with respect to what is being said about the market that you are the chairperson?
Because the way that meeting was structured, I think I didn't have any. Yeah.
Council
exclusive cumbukaay jotaay la ñu ni ànd ak yéen ci Gambia Radio and Television Services GRTS dimanche bu nekk ci suba si topp leen ñu ci exclusive cumbukaay as we promote and empower Gambian wrestling dinañ leen indil jotaay ju am solo waxtaanee lamb ci tolluwaayam ci biir réew mi ak li ko wër fësal aada ak cosaan buñ ne leen cumbukaay xam ngeen la ciy lamboo dinañ leen indil lépp lu gën a fës ci tolluwaay luy doole lamb dinañ addu ci li nga xam ne mooy xew-xew yu ñu dëgmal mooy at yi passé dinañ waxtaanee current issues ak lépp lu jëm ci tolluwaay lamba dinañ engage stakeholders Gambia Wrestling Association promoters yi mbër yi nga xam ne ñoom ñoo nekk athlètes yi ak mboolem ñëpp ñu nga xam ne dañuy faral di topp lambi Gambia boo leen bëggee xam lu leer ci lambi Gambia topp leen jotaay jii di exclusive ci mbukaay fii ci Gambia Radio and Television Services di ngeen ci ànd ak ñun dimanche bu nekk maam jibi ci exclusive ci mbukaay exclusive ci mbukaay jotaay la ñu ni ànd ak yéen ci Gambia Radio and Television Services GRTS dimanche bu nekk ci suba si topp leen ñu ci exclusive ci mbukaay as we promote and empower Gambian wrestling dinañ leen indil jotaay ju am solo waxtaanee lamb ci tolluwaayam ci biir réew mi ak li ko wër fësal aada ak cosaan buñ ne leen ci mbukaay xam ngeen la ciy lamboo dinañ leen indil lépp lu gën a fës ci tolluwaay luy doole lamb dinañ addu ci li nga xam ne mooy xew-xew yu ñu dëgmal mooy at yi passé dinañ waxtaanee current issues ak lépp lu jëm ci tolluwaay lamba dinañ engage stakeholders Gambia Wrestling Association promoters yi mbër yi nga xam ne ñoom ñoo nekk athlètes yi ak mboolem ñëpp ñu nga xam ne dañuy faral di topp lambi Gambia boo leen bëggee xam lu leer ci lambi Gambia topp leen jotaay jii di exclusive ci mbukaay fii ci Gambia Radio and Television Services di ngeen ci ànd ak ñun dimanche bu nekk maam jibi ci exclusive ci mbukaay exclusive ci mbukaay jotaay la ñu ni ànd ak yéen ci Gambia Radio and Television Services GRTS dimanche bu nekk ci suba si topp leen ñu ci exclusive ci mbukaay as we promote and empower Gambian wrestling dinañ leen indil jotaay ju am solo waxtaanee lamb ci tolluwaayam ci biir réew mi ak li ko wër fësal aada ak cosaan buñ ne leen ci mbukaay xam ngeen la ciy lamboo dinañ leen indil lépp lu gën a fës ci tolluwaay luy doole lamb dinañ addu ci li nga xam ne mooy xew-xew yu ñu dëgmal mooy at yi passé dinañ waxtaanee current issues ak lépp lu jëm ci tolluwaay lamba dinañ engage stakeholders Gambia Wrestling Association promoters yi mbër yi nga xam ne ñoom ñoo nekk athlètes yi ak mboolem ñëpp ñu nga xam ne dañuy faral di topp lambi Gambia boo leen bëggee xam lu leer ci lambi Gambia topp leen jotaay jii di exclusive ci mbukaay fii ci Gambia Radio and Television Services di ngeen ci ànd ak ñun dimanche bu nekk maam jibi ci exclusive ci mbukaay
yes mi fambulen unu kushe kushe unu kabo kabo au unu on
and I was sworn in at 31st July.
So elaborate and explain to us what you mean when you give us this date, because we don't understand what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was sworn in at 31st July, so I could not...
there could not, in other words, there could not have been any activity prior to you being sworn in.
Like I did not participate in that activity because I wasn't sworn in. If it happened, yes. If it happened,
you did not know.
Yes.
So you are qualifying the evidence, right? All right? Yes. Please, go ahead.
Yes.
How can you receive the money whilst you are not sworn in? How was that possible?
No, the money was paid in August.
Okay, and you were sworn in when?
31st July.
31st July?
Yes.
But you still collected the money?
Yes, because I was a councillor.
So the money was given to you after you were sworn in?
Yes.
That's all right. Simple. Answer the questions. It was so simple. The money was given to you after you were sworn in. So that's it.
So you may proceed.
Um, Madam Chair, just to aid the witness, the resolution was in May 31st, 2018. His appointment was in June 27, 2018. So the July at the time, he said he wasn't sworn in, but the payments were made in August. So at the time he was sworn in, that's why he received the 10,000.
Thank you. Thank you for the clarification. We now understand, because I have found out from him that he said he did not participate prior to him being sworn in
Okay, I was
as a
just-
councillor
Okay.
for any activity that warranted the council to pay them the 10,000.
Okay, I was, as Madam Chair pleases, or as the Commission pleases, I was also confirming alongside with the documents we were having.
Yes. So you may proceed.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Now, Mr. Ture, were you also receiving, or were you also taking part in trainings that were conducted around the FIS period?
Any training that was conducted around, any
Around
training
this
that was
period.
conducted in council, I was.
Mr. Ture, it may not be even training, because what we see in the statements of councillors is that some of these activities might be training. So it's not strict sense of training. So I am asking you the question. These monies that you receive during Korite and Tobaski, how do you receive them? And what do you do for you to receive these amounts of money during Tobaski and Korite?
Honestly, I do not keep track to see whether it's Tobaski or Korite. But the council do organize trainings or workshops where we took part, and at the end of the day, we
fambulem. Unu kushe kushe. Unu kabo kabo. Au unu ole do. This na yon program. This na mion program. This na unu program. This na aku program where we all don't put it together and call How the Go They Go. Inside How the Go They Go, we go get correct news, live interview, entertainment, and not up there. We go also get educative program where we go educate ourselves. Lord have mercy, it no go easy. For sake of that, GRTS, what team up Kidiba now this country for fiscal information to now and entertainment. Don't join on with Honorable Hassan for bring this program to now live na GRTS. For more information, you can contact the number you're waiting at the screen. It no go funny and it no go easy and it no go regret them. Thanks so now all. God bless Unu. This na Unu Young program. How they go where they come live na GRTS. She go love me well for bed.
amoon na fi daan na am ak man mii Banjawaali Mbay sopp na bi gënal ma ci tur bu ma waay mun a oyee ma di leen nettali ay jaar-jaar yu yàgg yoo xam ne mënees nañ cee jàngee li ñuy jëriñ fexe leen dajale xale yi jàkkaarloog télé bi ma di leen nettali li fi xewoon démb nga xam ne mag ñu bari foofu la ñu jàngee ba nite ndax nit kat nite mooy garabam maa ci ànd ak yéen fii ci GRTS lay xewee talaata bu jot bu juróom benni waxtu tegee ba toftal fanweeri simili jàpp juróom-ñaari waxtu muy 6:30 ba 7 o'clock fii lay xewee ci GRTS kon amoon na fi daan na am.
The GRTS Breakfast Show returns with special features, bringing you a variety of delights, covering the full spectrum of current affairs, providing a perfect head start on the new day.
Breakfast show bi Saturday ñëpp danañ ko seetaan.
waa GRTS moom télé bu am télé moo fi taaw moo fi njëkk a
the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
And nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you. May we kindly sit.